Yes, 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 yes. Hold on. Check 1, 2. Let's get these levels right. Let's get these levels right. Let's get these levels right. Let's make sure everything's on point. Yes, 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 y'all. Think we on good. It look like we on tap. Yes, sir. We got everybody on TikTok live. They here. You know what I'm saying? Excitement Radio. I see y'all out there. Y'all lit. We live. Okay. We on point. It feels so good to be back. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Welcome to episode 3 of the Work in Progress podcast. And yes, y'all, I'm back. It feels so good to be back. You know what I mean? We took last week off. Um, I had 3. It was a busy Thursday. Unusual for a Thursday, but y'all already know when business come, we gotta take it. You feel me? So last Thursday, man, it was super busy. I had 3 events to attend. Well, the first one was we was shooting a movie. If I haven't told y'all, foreign exchange, we definitely shooting a movie. That'll be coming 2026 this year later on. But we had an intense scene where my character AJ, pulled up on one of my street workers to collect some bread, and he ain't had that bread. You feel me? And I wasn't taking his excuse. I ain't like the excuse he was giving me. So we had to handle some business. So your boy got, boy got active on that day. So that was different for me. So I was able to get into character for that scene. So we did that to start the day off, and then midday we had an event at Barry University with Peter Bailey. Peter Bailey is the journalist. He's an iconic award-winning journalist and director of the documentary Miami Kingpins. Now, if you don't know, Miami Kingpins is a documentary based on some of the city of Miami's like real it's hard to say the word. It's iconic. You feel me? Drug lords, kingpins, but the documentary also talks about how these guys were pillars in the community and how they gave back a lot to the community. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Peter Bailey wanted to also highlight, because Miami, we got a rich story. You feel me? Like, we're our own, Scarface movie. We've had, like, Scarface was shot here in South Florida. Like, it was based out of, how Miami really came up in the 70s and the 80s. So being able to do media for Peter Bailey and the Miami Kingpins documentary over at Barry University, it was very inspirational. And Peter Bailey himself, gave me a cosign, so that felt great, man. Like, we first met at the uh, Urban Film Festival last year, excuse me. And yeah, he always stayed connected with me through Instagram, would always show love to me whenever I put some new music out. So to see him in person, and then he still kept that same energy where he showed me love. He said, yo, he see me shining. He big up for the block entertainment. Flood the block. I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. I'm still feeling it right now. I just feel a lot of joy from what he said to me in that cosign. That he really see me working. And he just gave me a lot of encouraging words to just keep doing what I'm doing, and that was a blessing, man. To have him say that to me, and one of the iconic peers in Miami, for him to give that salute. So that was a big thing. And in the third event that night, your boy took center stage. I had a performance at the Bamboo Lounge. Shout out to Punchline and Miss Chips for throwing together a great event. UTT Thursdays. They're gonna be doing that, I believe, once a month. We'll see, but that's something that I'm definitely gonna collaborate with them and give some opportunities to artists in the city, to come and sit at the podcast, so that'll be dope. But the performance was great, killed the performance, and I had a lot of fun, man. It's been a while since I really performed in a venue like that, and I performed my new songs for the first time. So that was fire. Shout out to BOP. He just jumped in the live. You know what I'm saying? DJ BOP. I see you. I see you. So yeah, man. So we ended the night like that. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to do the show, but it was a successful night. And I'm back today, y'all. We back. We back with another episode. This is episode 3. You feel me? So I did have a guest coming in today. I ain't gonna say who it is because it was supposed to be a surprise, and I want to keep it like that just in case he still show up. Even if he don't show up, we could, save it for another time. So if shout out to Dream Chaser on the TikTok live too. But if he does show up, then that'd be a great surprise, and we're gonna go on with the show. But before we go on, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Flood the Block Entertainment. Shout out to Flood the Block Entertainment and my company, very own Go to Work Promo. Flood the Block has been a supporter of LCF from day one, and he supports this podcast, and he's gonna donate a bunch of merch to this podcast as well. So when we have special guests up here, we'll be able to flood them with a bunch of gifts. Flood the Block Entertainment. Shout out to my boy Fresh, all right? Had to do that one time for the sponsors, you feel me? And any other sponsors that's looking to collab that fits with the brand and everything that we doing, holla at your boy LCF. You heard, you heard, you heard, you heard, you heard. So man, we gonna get into it, y'all. And I definitely want to dive in a little bit to, like I said, this movie role that I'm playing. Foreign Exchange. It's shout out to Chivalry Productions. It's a movie role that was presented to me by my boy Maine, the director. He's a director. He had this vision for this movie, Foreign Exchange. And when he first came to me, it was about, me kind of being a director on the movie. It first started off as me. He wanted me to have a small role, just kind of like an appearance, but he wanted me to do more co-directing in the movie, which I've never co-directed before, ever. So I don't even know why he wanted me to co-direct. But slowly but surely, I kind of didn't want that responsibility to co-direct on my first film. I felt like it was more appropriate for me to, get my feet wet, So just added, yeah, man. Come on, man. You already know, Bob. Adding to the resume, man. I'm on my Tupac-ish right now. You feel me? I'm on my Tupac-ish. But so as the film went on, I started to assume a bigger role as an actor in the movie. And I started to get more comfortable with acting, and I wanted to play a bigger role. So, listen, to my surprise, I didn't know how well I was gonna do at acting in front of the camera as well. So as we doing, different scenes, he started to see like, man, you a natural. Like, I wanna give your character a bigger role, which was AJ being the little brother of Jax, who is the big brother, and he's like the big kingpin who's running the family business. So it went from me just kind of being the little brother, running side deals, to Jax actually preparing me to take over the family business. So it's about me kind of earning my rank in the family business so the whole organization could be handed to me. So my role became, slowly but surely the main character. And right now, like I said, we shot that scene last Thursday with me going and collecting some bread from one of my street runners, and it really solidified my role in the movie because it how can I say it, man? Like, I had to really act. You feel me? Like, it was different from me just kind of playing me. I feel like up until that point, I was playing me, but just adding some extra spice to it, adding some, extra, some theatrics. We gonna say theatrics because I was called theatrical before, and I'm very theatrical, and I'm working on that. I'm actually getting better at being theatrical. You feel me? Shout out, man. Appreciate you, Bob. Appreciate you, Bob. Shout out to Nika in the chat as well. But it really solidified my role because I had to, go from being that cool, laid back person, that everybody know me for, to being direct and real aggressive and still keeping a certain level of chill to me as well, but being about business because I'm dealing with people that owe me money. You know what I'm saying? So it was a balance of the two of being cool, calm, and collective, but also being a boss and being direct and handing down threats and standing on that. You feel me? When things aren't delivered. So it was good, man. It was a scene that, like I said, solidified um my role as that villain slash, I feel like when people see the movie, they're gonna have a soft spot for me, but they gonna, kind of hate me at the same time. So, giving people a lot of different emotions in the movie. AJ, my character, I'm very excited about that, and I'm excited for y'all to see the results. And I'm telling you, man, after seeing that, I was just like, man, I got my music out. I'm working on a movie. I got the podcast. Like I'm really on my Tupac shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like not to, feel myself, but hey, when you doing what you supposed to be doing out here and God keep blessing you and he's really letting me spread out my wings and explore my talents, and I'm just extremely grateful for that. I'm extremely grateful that God has given me the platform to talk to you guys, to create as a music artist, to create now as an actor, to create as a podcast host, and it's just so much more to grow my business. So I appreciate y'all, everybody that's been tapping in. I appreciate everybody out here. Oh, listen, man, it's they showing love, man. I appreciate you. You see that boy DJ Bop 954, man. Hey, it's all love, dog. It's all love, and I'm excited to be here today. But yeah. Other than that, yo, I want to dive more into that experience that I had with Peter Bailey as well. Like I said, it was so natural how that happened because we didn't plan it. We didn't plan for him to get on camera and really big us up. It was more we was out there to serve him, and we was out there to, talk about his premiere with the Miami Kingpins documentary, which he premiered last year at the Urban Film Festival, but this year at Barry University, he brought it for Black History Month, and he made some tweaks to the documentary as well. So by him doing that, he added some new things, and we wanted to talk about like what was the new outlook on the documentary. And when we went to go talk to him, man, the first thing he did was just like big us up. Like he was just like, "Yo, flood the block. Alce, I see what y'all doing out here. Much love to you." The first thing he said out his mouth was, "This is South Florida's new, up and coming megastar." And that meant a lot to me because, like I said, that wasn't planned. We didn't, rehearse that or tell him, hey, yo, introduce me like this. Like he said that off his own merit. So to what that really taught me to was that you got to keep on doing what you believe in. Even when it feels like nobody's watching you, even when you don't get the recognition that you feel like you deserve, even when you don't get the likes, the comments, the praise, you got to really believe in what you're doing. Because for one, number one, you're not doing it for the likes and the praise. We got to get out of that mindset. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of the mindset of doing it for recognition from others. Because even though it feels great, we got to remember, you're doing something that a lot of people are too afraid to do themselves. They have these dreams and aspirations to do certain things as well, but they're afraid. They're crippled by fear. And you're doing a lot of things that people don't even know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, get over that hump and to do themselves. So immediately they're not gonna give you praise because you're exposing their own fears to them. So you gotta remember that. And number two, you gotta remember that you doing it like God got you. You know what I'm saying? Like God gave you this talent. God gave you, the ability to speak to people. He gave you a skill to, heal, create, teach. Whatever you do, God gave you that skill. So you do it for him first, and he's gonna bring the community to you. He's gonna bring the people to you that deserves to be part of your community, that's gonna big you up, that's gonna give you that recognition. You feel me? So we just gotta stay focused and keep doing what we do. Make a plan, stick to the plan, create your world, and feed your audience. Just keep feeding. Even if the claps and the eyes are not there, even though you don't see them, they're watching. I promise you they watching. Dog, they are watching you. So just keep doing what you're doing, and the right people are gonna shout you out, and the right people, when you run into them, they're gonna give you your flowers. And that's exactly what happened at, you know, at the Barry University, where Peter Bailey, someone that I didn't even know, was really watching me that close, could tell me verbatim, all the things that he's seen me doing. So it is added motivation to keep on doing what I'm doing, to keep on serving y'all, and to stay on these platforms and keep lighting their ass up, man. Because this is the Work in Progress Podcast, episode 3. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling out there today, man? It's a glorious day. We coming on the last week of February. It's been a great month. It's been a busy month. I got 2 big shows coming up at the end of the month. February 28th, we at the Six Trunk Festival in Lauderhill. You already know Six Trunk. The famous Six Trunk Festival. I will be performing on stage. It is a family event, so make sure you get there early, get your tickets. It starts at 12 o'clock. It runs from 12 o'clock to 7 p.m. from what I'm, if I'm not mistaken. My performance time is going to be around 4 o'clock. So if you're coming out there, make sure you come out there early. Bring the kids, bring the family. It's going to be lit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my boy Kenja. And after that, we going to head over to the Hard Rock. I got a performance at the Hard Rock on the rooftop. Yes, of the guitar. Well, I'm talking about the Hard Rock Casino guitar. We going to be on the pool rooftop. I'm going to be performing live for the Flow Fest Festival. Did I say that right? For the Miami Flow Fest Festival. We going to be performing live, man. And I'm excited, dog. It's going to be my first time performing at the Hard Rock. I used to work at the Hard Rock, if some of y'all didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Bot, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Much love, B.O.P. Z. Big Z's in the building. But yes, y'all, man. I'm performing at the Hard Rock, and I used to work at the Hard Rock, so it is a full circle moment because I used to work in that building for several years, made a lot of friends, met a lot of people, had a lot of great relationships under that building. So to come back several years later and to perform on the rooftop at the Hard Rock of a place that I used to work, work a 9 to 5. It's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling, and I can't wait to do it. I'm gonna put on an amazing show. We gonna put on a show, man. I'm telling y'all. Shout out to Clay, King Clay. You know what I'm saying, of OTS. Shout out to that boy for throwing this alley, and it's gonna be fun, man. We gonna have a lot of fun, yo. So next Thursday, we gonna be promoting it big time. We gonna be getting ready for a hell of a weekend. So that's gonna be next Saturday. We got 2 shows, 1 date, 2 shows. We got the Six Trunk Festival from 12 to 7, and then from 10 to 3, 4, 5 a.m. whenever we want to leave, we at the Hard Rock Hotel. We on the rooftop for a special performance, man. And it's going to be a lit weekend. I'm excited. I'm practicing. I'm not going to hold y'all. I know I'm a little nervous. I don't feel it all the way yet, but I know as the date get close, I'm gonna feel, if you're not doing what you really love, like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get nervous when things like this happen, when things like this come about, because I'm doing what I really love, and it's a big opportunity. So those butterflies, those nervous feelings. Like I hear it from like the veterans. That never goes away. Because if you don't feel that, then you're not doing something big enough. You're not doing it big enough. If you don't feel nervous or you don't feel butterflies. So the fact that I feel that, I know your boy doing it big. Your boy doing it big. Cause we the biggest. Yes, we are. We the biggest. Man, shout out Dream Chaser. I see everybody tapped in on the live, man. Shout out to my live. Shout out to everybody out there. We gonna play some jams for a little bit. Like I said, I did have a special guest that's supposed to be coming in today. He might be coming in, he might not, but we gonna do a little segue. I'll give him a little bit of time to come in. We gonna play some music, pay some bills, and then we'll be back in just a hot second. All right, this is the Work in Progress podcast. You're rocking with your boy Alce. We'll be right back. Let's get it.
One drink out, there's no more. Your word is the water, washing away my tears. Your word is the water, the water. I ain't felt this way in years. Baptize me with your essence, Lord. And rinse all my worry, cleanse me with oceans I'm surfing. It's refreshing in your mist. Make me a tree by your shore, where the fruit grows out so pure. When the wind blows, I'll endure. One drink out, thirst no more. Your word is the water, washing away my tears, washing me and cleansing me. Your word is the water. I ain't felt this way in years. Raindrops pouring down, washing my tears, washing my fears. Rivers flow from within, evaporating my sin. Your reservoir is crystal clear. Word is the water, washing away my tears. Yeah. Word is the water, the water. I ain't felt this way in years. Wash and make me new. I can feel the water. Wash and make me through you, I can do it.
For my fans, the ones in the beginning, and a little bit for the big booty.
I done peeled off in a Lambo, busting down plays in a Lambo, and I stay strapped like Rambo. Nigga go to work in a Lambo. I done peeled off in a Lambo, busting down plays in a Lambo, and I stay strapped like Rambo. Nigga go to work in a Lambo. Woke up in the Murcielago, DJLC Melcy Bon. Doors open, put my order at the drive-thru, and the color Super Saiyan like Goku. This is God engineering at the woo. I was in a Honda bumping Carter on the school. First 48, how them Z's made the news. Now we worldwide, switching lanes in the coupe. She go hit me up, yo, you really woke a monster. We be eating good, I want the shrimp and the lobster. I remember back when I was trapping in the monster, flipping for insurance money, I knew all the fraudsters. Now it's V12 engineering. If you turn around, then your girl disappearing. Let her feel the horsepower, 100 on the dashboard, nigga. What you think I rap for? To push a fucking rap for it, nigga. I done peeled off in a Lambo, busting down plays in a Lambo, and I stay strapped like Rambo. Nigga go to work in a Lambo. I done peeled off in a Lambo, busting down plays in a Lambo, and I stay strapped like Rambo. Nigga go to work in a Lambo.
ZZZ, bitch I'm top dog, no TDE. He said he wants smoke but it's CBZ. He ain't wonder how he end up in the Lambo. Half a pound of Zeb in a Zuti full of ammo. I'd rather roll the dice, see, life is but a gamble. Niggas say they lit but couldn't even light a candle. 5, that's the gun I tote. Bread, yeah, I keep a loaf. Chico talking peso, I'ma pull up on them Vamanos. Niggas think it's easy, but that's how I make it look. Drop the hammer in the water, let that motherfucker cook. Let him even talking money, but all that talk is cheap. I'ma get it off the 9 to 5 or get it off the street. Said my niggas gon' eat, talking bon appetites. That's a guala in the mattress, not a Z. Don't sleep.
I done peeled off in a Lambo, bustin' down plays in a Lambo, and I stay strapped like Rambo. Nigga go to work in a Lambo. I done peeled off in a Lambo, bustin' down plays in a Lambo, and I stay strapped like Rambo. Nigga go to work in a Lambo.
Yo. We got the new one dropping tonight at midnight. Back to Work. It's the new single dropping off the Varsity Blues album. It's going to be available on all DSPs. We back to work, baby. Let's go.
I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work. I motivate them from the hood to the birds. I got them lit now. Hoes want to twerk. I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work. Cooking up a plate. We've been cooking up for days. They've been coming back, nigga. We've been getting paid. Took it out the bank, put it in the IRA. I got everything now with my business name. I might trick a little bit, but she ain't getting saved. They don't really love a nigga, they just want the fame. I leveled up and they ain't like it, all them niggas lame. They try to say I changed, but I charge it to the game. Don't let nobody hold you back, remember, let it stack. You can ask about me, Alce, he been flipping flags. Put me on the track, dog, and I'm running laps. Nobody made Alce self-made, that's a fact. I'm going back to work, I'm going back to work. I was down for a minute, I was hurt. They try to count me out, put me on the shirt. But now I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work, I'm going back to work. I motivate them from the hood to the birds. I got them lit now, hoes wanna twerk. I'm going back to work, I'm going back to work. Yeah, she work for the dough. Shorty bust it open when she slide down the pole. Put her on the books, got her on the payroll. Hundreds on the table, seeing 20s on the floor. Hey, I pick it up where I left off. Heard him talking crazy like Alce done fell off. Teams up, launch your agency, we bout to take off. We've been balling all year, now it's time to play off. Chill, dog, the work about to pay off. I can feel it in the air, confetti falling everywhere. We really built it from the ground up. GCW for life, nigga, brand up. I'm going back to work, I'm going back to work. I was down for a minute, I was hurt. They try to count me out, put me on a shirt. But now I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work, I'm going back to work. I motivate them from the hood to the birds. I got them lit now, hoes wanna twerk. I'm going back to work, I'm going back to work. I'm going back.
I see y'all fuck with that back to work. Y'all fuck with that back to work. Back to Work will be available on all platforms midnight tonight. Y'all already know, man. We had to hit them with that back to work after that Lambo, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm finna do a quick little, one of my favorites, Hit Different, off the album. If you got that Varsity Blues album, it's that Hit Different featuring my boy, Nate Snow. Y'all already know, man, how it go. Hit Different. Let's go. Let's get into it.
On the floor, my bitch like the shine, she like that Dior, yeah, we love to spend it, so I took that trap money and flipped it, turned it to a business, now a nigga got tenants, oh yeah, walk in the bank, they call me mister, I'm a black man with good credit, fucking up they system, oh yeah, never be a dry, I just ask them for whatever, they just give me that amount, then I put my niggas on, had to show them another route, had to show them it's more than one way out. Oh, shit hit different with you. Really made it out them trenches in you. Kept it 100 with your niggas, then you put them on, now they shining with you. The shit hit different with you. Really made it out them trenches in you. Kept it 100 with your niggas, then you put them on, now they shining with you.
Yeah, I put myself on first. Built my family name up so you can see what it's worth. LLCs, EINs, all protected with a trust. If you follow all my moves, you'll be Kobe in the clutch. Ballin', I was smart hustling, putting weed in the bags while pushing the pen.
just swipe, I don't think about it.
Yeah, I built the brand, go to work. Showed my niggas how to get it, now they all got that work. I'm recession proof. You niggas lined up at election booths, hoping and praying that a president will give you truth. I really got it out the mud, still dirt on my shoes. I funded all my business plugs, that's my building too. If you don't understand this language, just hit up my agent. But I suggest you pay attention, this free consultation. I'ma let y'all catch up before you go to war, dog. Put your own money up, LCF. This shit hit different. When you put your niggas on this shit. Hey, yo, Nate, man, we called that shit. We own the building now. Yeah.
We talking different. With that being said, y'all know I had to come back to the show. We talking different, y'all. We talking different. Hold up. Make sure my levels is good. Make sure we back on point. Make sure everything is all good. Yes, sir. We just did that LCF mix real quick. You know what I mean? You got me into that. Nikas, once you said, yo, you got your music up there yet? I said, oh, hold up. Let me get into this mix. Real quick. There's a few records. I don't know why it's not playing. I'm going to have to hit up Ben Hop. We got to get that Love Does on here, right? And a few other records. But nah, man, I need y'all to send me those records. All of y'all that's, you know what I'm saying, my artists, I need y'all to send them records. You feel me? So we could get y'all all up on here, and then we could bring y'all in here and, you know, chop it up. We could do an interview. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drama G. Holla at me, dog. You feel me? Your boy in here, Dolo now. You feel me? Like, it's looking different. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Y'all already know, man. That's my mantra. You feel me? This is the Work in Progress podcast. You feel me? You know, and here we really dive in about what makes us us, what makes us do the things that we do, what really drive us, you know what I'm saying? And it's been that type of year where you gotta dig deep. I know me personally, it's like every day is a challenge, every day is a test, every day is a challenge. And it's a new challenge every day. Sometimes you have old tests that come back. Sometimes you have new tests, you know what I'm saying, where you got to figure out how to solve this puzzle today, you know. And it's getting to the point where, like, it's exciting to me. You know what I mean? Like, I want a new challenge. I want to figure out a new puzzle. And even when it's an old test, when it's an old challenge, it's like I'm excited to figure out how. First of all, why is it coming back? And then second, what do I need to do to really solve this puzzle? And that's part of the growth. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the growth. And I take it as a personal challenge because, for one, God is with me. That's number one. You know, I was listening to something on the way over here, and I think it was really talking about how triggered we may get in certain situations. And we get triggered easily, for one, because we don't realize that what we're getting triggered by is something inside of us. We think it's the exterior, but 9 times out of 10, it's the interior. And 10 out of 10 is a combination of both. You feel me? It's really a combination of both. But it really starts within the interior. And we get triggered a lot because we forget that God is with us. We be so focused on, you know, the exterior. We be so focused on the thing that's getting us triggered, the person that's getting us triggered, or the people that's getting us triggered, that we forget that, yo, God is with me. So why am I getting triggered? Why am I even worried about whatever exterior challenge is, you know, that I'm faced with? Because when we in those pressure moments, we forget that, like, yo, we got the ultimate warrior with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever giant that's in front of you, God is bigger than that. God bigger than that. But we be so engaged in that. Y'all ain't even tell me something was on my beard. I'm good. We be so engaged in, you know, that battle. We be so engaged in whatever enemy we facing or whatever we're facing in our lives, that we forget that we got the ultimate, you know what I'm saying, warrior with us. So that's one thing where it's like any battle that I'm facing, any way that I'm feeling, even when I'm overworked, I'm overexhausted, or I'm thinking like, yo, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna pull this off and pull that off and pull this off while pulling that off and still take care of this and still handle my business over here and still do this over here and keep my sanity, you know what I'm saying? And you know, deliver on everything. And anytime I get in those moments, I just think like, for one, this is what I wanted. You feel me? Like, you know, for one, like this is what I wanted. This is what I asked for. And then two, I just remember that like anytime that I felt that way, you know what I mean? The man himself, he's always brought me through. He's always delivered. He's always, even when it got to like the last second, even when it get down to like the last, when I tell y'all the last, I done been to the edge, to the last millisecond, to where like, yo, like shit, everything's gonna fall apart. Like, I need a miracle. I need a Hail Mary right now. Like, I don't know how this gonna happen. And shit always happens. You know what I'm saying? God always pulls through. I always pull through in the clutch. Like Kobe in the garden. You feel me? Like Jordan in the garden. Like Reggie Miller for 3. Your boy always pulled through. That's because though, you know what I'm saying, I got the spirit with me. And, you know, I always keep God first. And, you know, that's how we got to carry, you know, every challenge day by day. So that's something that I wanted to get off my chest and share with y'all, because it's a lot that be on our plate. It be a lot that, you know, we got to deal with. It's a lot of silent struggles that nobody know about. It's a lot of things. People don't know how you know, get this shit done. But we get it done. We get it done. We get shit done. You feel me? Like I was telling y'all earlier about, you know, between the movie role, the podcast, the music, staying consistent with everything, keeping everything intact, is sometimes in moments it feels overwhelming, but then it feels enlightening too. Because when you get those moments where people come over and they be like, yo, you doing a lot. Like, yeah, we see you. Like, yo, you over here. You was like someone told me that last night. Matter of fact, I was at Hollywood Live last night. Shout out to the guys at Hollywood Live Wednesday nights. They do an incredible open mic over there. It's super dope. They're doing great things for the artists over there. Shout out to Kendra with a J. She hosted out there. And I was, you know, they brought me in. I wasn't planning on performing, but the energy, everybody in there was so cool. You know, I ended up performing. And Kendra with a J, it was her first time watching me perform. It was my first time seeing her perform too. She's an amazing vocalist. Sang an Adele song a cappella. And if you could sing Adele a cappella, like you working with something. But shout out to Kendra with a J. She, you know, she was one of them people, like, when she introduced me, she was just like, yo, I'm excited to see Alce perform, because for one, I've never seen him live. And then two, I just see him on, you know, social media all the time, and he's doing so much. So to be able to see him perform live, like, I'm excited. So to get that type of introduction, and to, you know, see people recognize all the hard work that you put in, you want to keep on putting in more hard work. You feel me? So you already know your boy got out there and gave him a show. You know what I mean? Gave him a show. And man, it wasn't a lot of people in the building, because Hollywood Live is actually a big venue. But it wasn't a lot of people in the building, but that didn't matter. Like, when I tell you it didn't matter, because when I tell you, like, once the music started going and I started performing, like, the energy was like a sold out show. You know what I mean? Like, the energy was like a sold out show. So whatever you do, it don't matter who's in the building, who's not in the building. You don't know who's gonna be in the building. You gotta put on a show every single time, and that's what we did. That's what I did, and everybody that was there, they put on a performance. But your boy Alce come with that pressure cooker, and we just warming up. It's practice for the 28th. Got 2 big shows on February 28th. Again, y'all, if you haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets to the official Six Trunk Festival that's going down. Y'all know it's the annual Six Trunk Festival. Get your tickets. I will be performing on that big stage. It's a family event. Bring your kids, bring your family. Come have a great time. It's an early event. So that afternoon, I will be performing at the Six Trunk Festival. Shout out to Flood the Block. You already know the whole team gonna be there. The whole team got a performance set, so we gonna be in there live. And then right after that, we shooting over to the Hard Rock Casino. We going over to the Hard Rock Casino for the Flow Music Festival on the rooftop of the Guitar. You already know where they got Club Dare, they got the pool, all that. Your boy Alce live performance, first time at the Hard Rock Live on the rooftop. We'll be performing live, and y'all already know I'm performing that Lambo. I done pulled off in a Lambo, busting down plays in a Lambo, and we stay strapped like Rambo. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Performing at the Hard Rock is an honor. It's a pleasure, like I said, to have the opportunity for me to get the opportunity. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I didn't even know how this was gonna happen, because when I first got this opportunity, and then I also got the Six Trunk opportunity, I thought I was gonna have to choose between the two. I was like, ain't no way I could do both. These are 2 like big stages. I can't do both shows. But like I said, God, He was just like, hey, I'm never gonna put something on the plate that, for one, you ain't asked for, and then for 2, that you can't handle. So, once we got down to the business and I was able to coordinate my performance times, and I was just like, oh shit, like I could do both. You know what I'm saying? He made it happen. And we don't shy away from opportunities. We don't step down from big opportunities. No. We don't do that. Because what you pray for, you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But you better be ready. You better be ready. You better be ready. Because when it come and when it fall on your lap, you got to be ready to go. That's when that preparation meets the opportunity. You got to be ready to go. So when these opportunities came, it was like, okay, let me organize. Let me talk with this team over here. Let me talk with these organizers over here. Let me talk to these organizers over there. And we made it happen. I hollered at the team. I said, hey, we got to be on point. We got to be on point that day. We got two big shows. So we got to move militant. We got to be on point. We got to be precise. Everybody got to be on cue. So, man, I'm excited, man. Shout out to Flood the Block. Shout out to King Clay. You know what I mean? In this industry is big, but it's so small at the same time. And one thing that, another skill that I'm seeing that, I'm being able to, God has blessed me to be in is being I don't know, what's the word? I guess a middle ground, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to say a peacemaker, but just someone that's good on multiple sides of the fence, to where, this industry, it's a lot of competition in this industry, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of business deals that probably didn't go good in the past, woo-de-woo-de-woo. But I'm working in this field, and I'm working with a lot of these guys that probably fell off back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a common denominator, and to be able to bring people together, put their differences aside, for the greater good, as long as ain't nobody get shot, ain't nobody get killed, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody baby mama get, you feel me, was expedited in the situation, we could piece it up and, do some great things out here. So I'm being blessed with the opportunity to do that as well, to bring people together, that may have fell off in the past. And I had to do that to make this to make this the 28th happen, to make this big day happen on the 28th, where we got 2 big stages and I'm performing on both stages. We had to bridge some gaps. We had to bring some things together. We had to make peace. We had to, men had to be men, and we had to come to the table and talk. But that's what men do. We come to the table and we talk. We don't go off assumptions. We don't go off of this and that, woo. Even if it was that in the past, at the end of the day, men gonna be men, and men gonna come to the table and talk. And shout out to everybody that's involved with both of these events, man. We was outside on Hollywood Live last night. That's how small this industry is. Niggas was outside at Hollywood Live last night, and people from both these events end up pulling up to Hollywood Live. You know what I'm saying? What's the coincidence of that? Organizers from both these huge events end up pulling up last night at Hollywood Live, and we was all outside chopping it up like men that's in this industry and that want the greater good, you know what I'm saying? To where everybody could eat. That's how we do it. And that's what we did. February 28th. 2 stages, 1 artist, Alce. We at the Sis Trunk Festival. Then we go into the Hard Rock Live for the after party. Rooftop performance. Smash single. I done peeled off in a Lambo. Busting down plays in a Lambo. You already know I'm going to perform that. Been on my grind. It's about time that I shine. I'm up all night working overtime. I'm getting paid double. Uh-huh. And you already know I'm going back to work. I'm going back to work. I was down for a minute. I was hurt. They try to put me on the shirt. But now I'm going back to work. The Work in Progress podcast, we here, man. And we ain't going nowhere. We here to stay. This podcast is for the people. This podcast is for y'all. This podcast is for the entrepreneur. The podcast is for the next generation of entrepreneurs, the next generation of creators, the next generation of thought leaders. You know what I'm saying? The generation that's going to move the needle, that's not going to stick to the rules, that's not going to stick to what society has taught us to be or to become, or, tell us what we can't do and what we can do, or try to put us in a box. Nah, that's not, we breaking all those rules, but we got to remember it is a work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight. We're going to have long nights. We're going to have difficult days. We're going to have trials and tribulations. We're going to go through some things. We're going to cry. We're going to hurt. We're going to laugh. We're going to be down. We're going to be up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to break down. We're going to rebuild. But this is a platform where you could, you could come and really lay it on the line and tell the people what you've learned in your process. When I did this, we could have did a podcast. I could have did a podcast where it was just, about the daily drama that's going on in the world, and the hot topic of today, or I could have just kept it straight hip hop, straight music, which we do here on the podcast. But we want to dive in deeper. We want to dive in to the creator's mind. We want to dive into what got you here today. What things did you have to overcome to get you to this position? And what things are you going through currently that you face that's going to take you to the next level? And by doing that, I'm telling you, man, we're going to help so much people. And that's what I'm here. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve and to help that generation move on to the next stage of life. As I move on to the next stage of life, because by me doing this, a service to y'all doing a service to me. You feel me? And it's been a minute. I just, just come in. It's been a minute since I've been on a pod to where I could just talk and I could just chop it up with y'all. And I love that. I love that for us. I love that for us. So again, man, anybody that want to tap in, send music, or if you're an entrepreneur, you got a business that you want to come in and you want to talk about it on the Work in Progress podcast, hit me up on you can hit me up on TikTok or Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, AlceGTW. That's ALCEGTW. Send me a DM, or you could you can email me at alcent@gmail.com. I'm sorry, that's alcefent@gmail.com. That's ALCEFENT@gmail.com. All right. Listen, man, we got about 30 minutes. So if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about out there, y'all let me know. Y'all drop a topic in the box. We could get into it real quick. If y'all got any shout outs, y'all got anything y'all want to promote, drop it in there. I'll promote you real quick on the live, and then we gonna chop it up. We gonna promote you on the Instagram, all of that. All right. Shit. I see Big Lou calling me right now. So we finna get into some music. I'm gonna take this phone call. We gonna pay some bills, and then we gonna be back for the last 30 minutes of the show. All right. Well, the last like 15 or 20 minutes, depending on what Big Lou got to tell me. All right. We'll be right back. Y'all already know the Work in Progress podcast.
I'm from the future. I came here in a time machine that you invented. Now I need your help to get back to the year 1985.
Black like the color. That's word to my mother. I was living undercover. Suckers told me, yo, P, gotta stack up your P. And to get to heaven, better rack up good deed. So I did that. I never carried a gat. No 9mm guns that went bap, bap, bap. I never robbed anyone like give me a 1-6.
All right. We back. Quick commercial break. I ain't wanna take too long with it. And didn't want to take too long. Just wanted to get in, take this phone, take this call in real quick with my special guest that was supposed to be here, but unfortunately he couldn't make it tonight. So we definitely gonna reschedule another time. But I wanted to jump back on here and have a little topic about giving grace. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I looked at the text message and I was just like, huh? What? Man, like what? We spoke about certain things, like, huh? But, you know, in that moment, I was just like, okay, give grace. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. But one thing that I learned, you know, in this past month as well, damn, who's this guy who keep trying to co-host? Chill, bro. But one thing that I learned with giving grace, not only with giving grace, but meeting people where they at. that's been a thing. That's something that I learned, especially with me wanting to be an effective communicator with people. Because I'm in a field where you communicating with a lot of different people. You doing business with a lot of different people. So you got to learn how to communicate with different people and how to communicate with them. So one thing I say, one of my biggest lessons that I learned in this past, like maybe 2, 3 months, 4 months, is that sometimes you got to meet people where they at. A lot of times we trying to communicate with somebody and we trying to get them to understand us at our level or wherever we at. And we keep trying to, it's not getting through, or we trying to we trying to communicate, we trying to get something across, and it's not coming across, and then we get frustrated, and then we get angry, and we get angry at the person, and we're just like, man, why you? One thing that I learned is that a lot of times you got to meet people where they at. So you got to communicate with people on the level that if you're able to do this, because this is a skill that not everybody is capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not capable of doing it, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. Just don't communicate with the person. But if you're someone that you can communicate on different levels, a lot of times, instead of trying to get someone to understand your point of view from your point of view, sometimes you got to go to their level. You got to go to their point of view and speak to them at that level. You got to communicate to them at that level and put it in a way that they can understand where you're coming from. And that's, like I said, that takes a lot of patience. That takes a lot of patience, and you got to be able to do that at that level. So, but if you're someone that does pride yourself on being a master communicator, and you're in a field to where you got to communicate with different people at different levels, that's something that I came to realize. Instead of trying to hold people to certain expectations that I have and trying to communicate to them on a level that I'm at, sometimes you got to meet people where they at, because they're not going to hear you. They're not going to hear you, and all you're going to do is frustrate yourself. And like I said, if they still don't hear you, then it is what it is. But you tried different things to communicate on different levels. And you can't fault people for not understanding where you at. Yeah, most definitely. No, for real. Like, you can't fault people for not understanding. I mean, you can, but I just feel like that frustrates the person that's trying to get their point across, that's trying to communicate the message. I feel like that's frustrating for that person. So me, one thing that I learned moving forward is how to communicate with people, how to meet people where they at, and to communicate, to them on that level, instead of, trying to hold this expectation and trying to get them to understand me from where I'm coming from. So that's my my little advice for the day, my 10 cents, my 20 cents, you know what I mean? My tidbit, you feel me? Because that's a skill that I'm going to have to continue to use. It's a skill that I'm going to have to get better at. It's a skill. This is how you conduct business. This is how you make money out here in this field. You feel me? You got to control the narrative. And once you control the narrative, then you all in. Is that Dark and Lovely? Did she finally join the live? I don't know. You late, Dark and Love. Nah, you late. You big time late. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, y'all. I'm talking to my TikTok as well as being live with y'all, talking to my audience and my dedicated audience that's been rocking with me. I'm so appreciative of them. I'm appreciative of my yeah, management. You're tripping, management. You're slacking. You're slacking. You feel me? But I'm appreciative of my TikTok community. They've been rocking with me. But even before I started this show, I announced it to them. I announced it to my TikTok community. Told them what I was building, when I was gonna start it, and they've been rocking with me since. They was the ones that was like, yo, where the podcast at? Where the show at? Like, what's up? Like, when what it's gonna be about? Like, they was getting me on point. You feel me? So to be here on episode 3 and to have them here with me live, rocking out tonight. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. And I'm going to keep rocking out for y'all, man. I'm going to keep showing up. Keep showing up for yourselves. Keep showing up for yourself each and every day. I'm going to keep showing up on every platform that you see me on. I will show up, and I'm going to show up at my best every time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? We knocking shit out the park every time. You feel me? So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Everybody that tuned in tonight. This is episode 3 of the Work in Progress podcast. We didn't have a guest on today, but it's all good. We still rocked out. Next week, we'll see what we got in store. If we don't have another guest, you know what? I officially want my TikTok community to be my guest. So what that means is I want y'all to have some topics lined up for me. I want y'all to get some topics together that I could talk about next week that y'all want to dive into. I want to know what y'all want to hear. You feel me? So y'all out there, TikTok world, I'm going to be expecting some headline topic. Nothing, we staying away from the typical things that's going on in social media. We don't want to dive into that. We want to talk about progressive things that's going to, help us elevate our lives, elevate our mind, our mental, elevate us as a community, things that, we could get a better understanding of one another. You feel me? I'm down to talk about, I know people, the cliche, the men and women, it's okay. We could talk about it as long as it's productive. You feel me? None of the toxic shit that we see on social media that's non-productive. I'm not here for that. I'm here about productive conversations to where we could draw closer as a community. We could draw closer as a union. You feel me? And we could, we can come to some resolve of certain issues that we deal with every day in life. So whatever y'all got in mind, drop them topics this week coming, and we gonna jump on that next week for episode 4 of the Work in Progress podcast. It's your boy Alce F. Y'all already know Varsity Blues is out now on the Even platform for $2.99. My album is out for $2.99. Shout out to Nika. She got that album and she purchased the hat. The hat, I'm gonna get with you. I'm gonna get with you when I get off of here. I'm gonna get your, you know what I'm saying? We gonna send that. Make sure you get your package. You feel me? But shout out to Nika. She copped the album and she got the special package. But like I said, if you want the album for $1.99, it's $2. Go on the Even platform. My link is in the bio. Click on there, Varsity Blues 3. The album is out now. Man, shout out to everybody that's been showing love. Check me out. Check out my website, alcegtw.com, if you want to cop some merch. That's ALCEGTW.com. Go ahead and copy some merch. Show some love. Dan, I ain't even tell y'all. Hold on. Before I leave, I have to tell this story. Because I said it. I told Dark and Lovely this the other day. But I got to talk about this story. Because, apparently, man, this TikTok is different. You feel me? Like I said, I'm still new on TikTok, but it's a little different. You got to deal with people differently on TikTok. So, building my community, I'm very interactive. You feel me? So like I'm gonna talk to the people that's talking to me. If you show me love, I'm gonna show you love back on the platform. That's how you build community. That's how you build, you know what I'm saying, a relationship, with your people. Me being a business owner, me being a brand, it's important to always communicate directly to, I don't even want to call them fans or consumers, but just my people. It's important to talk directly to my people. So that's what I was doing with building my community on TikTok. I mean, apparently I gained a super fan, if we want to call it that. I gained a super duper fan. And I could kind of tell it was some boundaries. She was kind of like crossing a little bit. She'd like leave messages on some of my pictures and be like, hey, handsome, or, you know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. Nothing crazy. It never nothing went too wild. You feel me? I'm going to talk back. I'm finna, you know what I mean? Mr. Interactive. Yo, you always giving me these names. I guess I'm Mr. Interactive. So, you know, so, so then one day she goes into my DM, and because I sent her a live. I was one of my episodes. I was like, I do with everybody. I'm on my live. I'm doing my episode. So I sent out my live. I guess she missed it. So the next day she messages me and is like, "Oh, don't send out no more lives. Give me your number, or like let's exchange numbers and just like let me know when you going live, like personally." And I'm like, my number? You kind of bold, like just asking for my number. You feel me? Like I'm not finna just give out my number. So me, like I said, thinking as a CEO, as a brand, you feel me? I'm like, okay, this is actually okay. This could be a super fan. And I do collect numbers for super fans. I collect numbers, email addresses, you feel me? So I could keep you in tap with anything that I got going on. So, okay, you want my number, you want to exchange numbers. Are you a customer? Are you buying any product from me? Like, are you going to buy some merch? You buying my album? Like, what we doing? You feel me? Like, you're not just going to get my number to get my number. So that was pretty much the deal. I was like, well, you could come on my email list and my number list if you buy some merch or if you buy an album. You know what I mean? We could do that, and then I could keep you up to date on, everything I got going on. And she caught herself catching a big attitude with the kid, yo. Like, she was like, I ain't buying nothing from you. You know what? Forget it. And I'm like, So before I could even respond, I'm sending my response, and I can't remember what I said, but I sent a response and I was immediately blocked. She blocked me. I couldn't even respond. I couldn't even send my response back to her. She blocked me straight up. And, it was my first experience with a TikTok fatal attraction. Mr. Interactive. I guess that's what we gonna go at, man. I'm Mr. Interactive. But I'm not gonna stop being interactive with my people. That's what we here for. We here to interact. We here to build. We here to build a community, you know what I'm saying? So one spoiled, one rotten apple ain't gonna change nothing. You feel me? I still rock with y'all the same. She was definitely Sumun. Yeah. No, she was big Sumun. She was definitely Sumun, kid. Like, that shit was crazy to me. But if I did and got curved, I'm blocking the man too. Listen, to me, like I said, like I told Dark and Lovely, I'm like, if you gonna shoot your shot, yo, be a purchaser. Like, cop something. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it could have been okay. We could have pieced this up. We could have pieced this up, but nah, it was wild to me. I guess by me doing that, she knew it wouldn't have been genuine. She knew that she knew I was all business. And she knew I was all business. It wasn't going nowhere. You feel me? But yeah, man, she blocked the kid. You feel me? But it's all right. We got rid of, the bad apple. I don't need people on here for the wrong intentions, because they're the ones that'll get you roped. They'll start some shit. You know what I mean? Nah, she was hurt. I ain't mean to, like I said, it didn't have to be that. I wasn't gonna treat her any kind of way. I wasn't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't gonna put her on blast. Now I am, because, she done blocked me and shit like that. But it didn't have to be all of that. Like, it could have been a quiet rejection. It could have been a quiet rejection. It didn't have to go beyond the DM. You know what I'm saying? it could have just we could have went back to business as normal. You know what I'm saying? I read this in the Soldier Boy voice. Dre. Yo. I don't even know if I want her to unblock me. Honestly, no. Keep me blocked. If you block me, let's keep it that way. Let's stay blocked. I don't need her to unblock me because to me, that's giving like psycho vibes. That's giving like, thin line between. That's exactly what it felt like. Thin line between love and hate. It gave me a thin line between love and hate. I can't remember. Oh, her name was the female character in the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence. Her name was Brenda. Ironically, that's my big sister name, Brenda. Was her name? No. Was it Brenda? I think Brenda was his Brenda. I'm showing my age now. If y'all remember the movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Brenda either was the crazy girlfriend or Brenda was the childhood friend, the one that he ended up being with. Anyway, y'all know the crazy one that beat herself up and gave herself a black eye just to get the attention of Martin in the movie and put herself in a hospital and said he did it. It was giving those type of vibes. It was giving Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'll pass on that. We don't need none of them vibes. You feel me? Because I'm cool. I'm a vibe. No, she wasn't wrong though, because she warned him. She was crazy. Oh my, yo, Dark and Lovely, you a problem. You are a problem. You take the you're like all feminists, like we stand on women business no matter right or wrong. Like you're not holding no women accountable. You just like on like, yo, we finna stand in the paint right or wrong. Just cause she warned him that she was crazy. So apparently you know the movie. You're familiar with the movie. Okay. So apparently, Dark and Lovely on here says the girl from the movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate wasn't wrong because she warned Martin that she was crazy and he continued to pursue. Now, is that really our fault? If we've all been there before where someone be like, oh, I'm a little crazy. We not thinking suicidal murder type crazy. Like, who's thinking that? We thinking, okay, maybe a little jealousy, maybe a little fire, a little spice. But who's thinking that like, yo, I'm gonna like I'll kill somebody or kill you type of crazy? Nobody's thinking that. You feel me? So who's to blame in that situation, y'all? That's a real question. That's a real question. Nah, I don't think you're logical. Dark and Lovely, I don't think you're logical. We on every situation we we bump heads. We don't see eye to eye on none of them. So that's a good topic. If somebody warns you about something, if somebody warns you about themselves, we always hear the phrase believe, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I am a believer in that. Because people do show you who they are, and you gotta believe them. But seeing is believing. Sometimes like somebody could say something, but until you experience it, you're not gonna understand to the magnitude. So someone can say, "Hey, I'm this or I'm that," but until you experience it, you don't know the level that you're dealing with. So, you can't be scared. You got to take a risk sometimes. But nah, that type of risk is crazy. My assignment is to go watch the movie again. Okay, I'm gonna watch the movie again. I'm gonna watch the movie, and I'm gonna pay attention to the part that she was, that the level of crazy she was talking about. I'm gonna pay attention to when she warned him. Martin was playing some games in the movie. I agree. He was playing with fire. especially when he end up smashing. He was playing with he was playing with fire. I agree. But we come on, we not gonna take blame away from crazy being crazy just because they say that they crazy. That don't make it okay. That does not make it okay. That doesn't make it okay. So I'm gonna check out the movie. I'm gonna wait for some of your questions. I need some some questions for next week, and we gonna come next week and we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Don't be late. I'm gonna be here 7 p.m. sharp. We probably won't start the pod until maybe 7. You got until 7:30, 7:45. You know what I'm saying? 7:45. I expect everybody to be here sharp on time. You know what I'm saying? 7:45. We'll be back next Thursday, and we gonna chop it. We gonna chop it up. We gonna talk about the craziness. If when someone warns you about a character of themselves, a character flaw or something that you see, it might be good or bad. On what level do you take it? You know what I'm saying? And whose fault is it when it goes left? We'll be back next week on the Work in Progress podcast, because this is about being a work in progress, because we gotta do better, because we've all been in these situations. I know I've been in this situation before. I know y'all been in this situation. So we definitely gotta do better when it comes to this. You feel me? My mama told me the other day, she was like, I'm not gonna say what led to her making this statement to me, but she said, son, you either gotta change something about yourself or you gotta choose better. And I said, Mama, I think I got to do both. I think I got to do both. You feel me? But we'll leave it there for the night, man. This was a pleasure again, always rocking with y'all on the Work in Progress podcast. Man, it's an honor. This was episode 3. Next week, we on to episode 4. We going to be a few days away next week to, like I said, I have a big performance on February 28th. That's next Saturday. Six Trunk Festival in Lauderhill. And then we at the Hard Rock Hollywood Guitar Rooftop. I got a live performance on the rooftop. Man, I'm excited. And we going to be next week. Y'all going to start to see, like, it's going to be close. So y'all going to see, you know what I mean? I'm going to be in that mode. So until next week, y'all, love, happiness. Make sure you're working on yourself. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. Give praise to the Almighty, your Creator, Lord and Savior. I thank you for this opportunity, for this platform to talk, to be a vessel, to have a voice. And I pray that you continue to bless me. I pray that you continue to give me this opportunity to serve in your name. You feel me? And everything that we do. So we're going to end it there with that prayer. Love, 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 love does.